Well, hey there folks, and welcome back once again to the Hop House. It's Eddie here, and we're going to do another beer review. We're cracking on with them. It's going to be my last one for a bit because I go back to work. I have had sort of a week or so off work, which is why I've managed to get so many beer reviews done and launching the channel. Yeah. If you've just come across this channel, this is the Hop House. We like good hoppy beer and we like good house music. Feel free to like, share and subscribe right here. Unfortunately, last night I wasn't able to do a live DJ set. I had it all set up. I had all the decks out, the wires ready, speakers, and I was going to go ahead and go live on this channel and do a live DJ set. But apparently I can't. My channel's not eligible. I need 1,000 subscribers. So spread the word, people. Let's make it happen. Okay, so on with another beer review. Just want to do a big shout out to lowcostbeer.com. I actually bought one of their reduced priced craft beer advent calendars. Now, Low Cost Beer is a website that deals with beers that are coming up to their best before date or maybe after their best before date. Now, remember, it's a best before date. It's not a use by like you get on fresh fruit and veg. So the beer's still drinkable. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just a recommended date given by the brewery or the supplier. So I've got 24 beers that I'm going to enjoy probably now when I get time to it when I'm on days off work. The 4 I've had so far are mainly lagers, actually, sort of craft lagers. But you know, I don't mind a craft lager as long as it's not like a Carling or something. I don't mind. I'm not going to review those though on the channel. They are going to be for my own personal consumption. The reason being is if some of them are past the best before date, they might not be at the best. So it's probably not giving that beer a fair chance. So there you go. It is cheaper to buy, lowcostbeer.com. Go check it out. They do other beers, not just the advent calendars. But I thought the missus has got a chocolate advent calendar. I had the one from Morrison's a couple of years ago. The beer advent calendar, that was 30 quid. It was all right, but it had some mainstream stuff in. This is a bit more crafty. Anyway, on to this beer review today. We are going to go for a beer. It used to be one of my favourites. And when I say it used to be one of my favourites, it's only been out, I think, about maybe 2-3 years. It's fairly new. However, this t-shirt that I'm wearing right now, see it? Giving you a big clue. Big clue as to the beer I'm now going to be reviewing. Yes, it's part of the Hobgoblin family. Wychwood Brewery. We've already done the Hobgoblin Gold. Haven't done the Ruby yet, and this isn't, although this is the t-shirt for the original Hobgoblin, the Ruby, I haven't actually got any. I know it's available everywhere, I've just not bought any, so that will be coming. We'll do a review of the Hobgoblin Ruby, the original Hobgoblin, that another beer that I discovered and got me into real ales from lager and Guinness drinking. But it is the Hobgoblin. It's quite new, as I say. It's only a few years old. It's this bad boy. It's the Hobgoblin IPA, India Pale Ale, 5.3%. That's in the bottle. This is the new design as well. The logo changed about 12 months ago. This is the t-shirt with the old design. It was a bit more sort of charactery, mystical, cartoony. This is the new design, which is a bit more just white with a bit of green on it and the black writing. Some people went mad and lost the marbles over the change in design. I did think the old one was quite cool and quirky. This in a bottle is a bit bland. It's a bit less going on, I suppose. It's more sort of etchy, outliney thing. However, in the can, and I do have a can as well. Oh yes, it's going to be one of those bottle versus can, just like we did with the Hobgoblin Gold. This is Hobgoblin IPA in a can. I'll look at the design on that, and it says Hobgoblin IPA down the side with some other stuff to read. That's really good. I do like this new design in the can, I have to say. I don't think I ever saw Hobgoblin IPA in this old design, the can. This was the old design, but it was green and he was carrying a stick with hops on and it was all coloured sort of that greeny with hops around it. That was the old design. Anyway, that's what it looks like in the can. It's 5% in the can as well, and it's 5.3 in the bottle. So again, bit of a difference in ABV. Not sure why. These have been pre-chilled in fridge. They've been out of the fridge about 20 minutes because I like my beer cold. So what I'm going to do is I will put the bottled version in the purity glass and the canned version in the Hobgoblin glass. So I'm prepared for this. Right, so get it out of the bottle so far. There's a bit of stuff coming out the top when we opened it up. Let's get it into the glass. It's actually the only beer I've drunk today so far. It's a bit strange starting off on an IPA. But I've got work tomorrow, so I'll probably just do this review and then call it a day. Look at that. Look at that. It's a nice pour, that is, as well. Alright, I don't know if you can see that because it might not show up on the camera very well because the reflection of the light and also because it's been refrigerated. But there is a bit of carbonation there, there's a bit of fizz going up the glass. We've got slightly off-white head. Put that down and just fill up the can version into the Hobgoblin glass. See, it's etching Hobgoblin on it. I think I actually got this, oh, sorry, stand back a bit. I think I actually got this glass as a present. I can't remember if it came as a gift pack. Maybe a couple of bottles of the original Hobgoblin and this came in a pack. I know you can get the new Hobgoblin glass along with the new, oh, that's very hissy. Can you hear that? I don't know where the microphone is, I think it's this side. There's a lot of carbonation going on there. Very much so, you can see it, look at that, look at that. Anyway, as I was saying, if you do want to get a Hobgoblin glass along with the bottle of the blue Hobgoblin Ruby, it's available as a gift pack. I think Morrison's sell it for about £5 or £6. It's cheaper in Home Bargains. Or, it's either Home Bargains or B&M, £4, $3.99. If you really want a glass. Otherwise you're just paying for a bottle and you can get one 500ml bottle for £1.25, so paying £4 a lot. You're paying a lot for the glass and the packaging. Okay, so let's compare it. The head's sort of gone a bit on that one, but it's still there. That's fizzing away like a trooper. They do look the same. So this is, when we were reviewing the other day, we did the fantastic game-changing, that's bottle, that's can, put these down in the right order. When we were doing the game-changing Jaipur, it was IPA 5.9%. We said it was quite light, it was a golden honey colour. This is more what I would call a traditional IPA colour. So it's sort of pale ale in colour, dark, pale as in see-through, but a bit darker, ambery colour. Yeah, I'd say like an amber, bronzy, rusty colour. So that to me is more what is traditional IPA. Right, I'm going to get this in there and we're going to give it a whiff and see what we can sniff. Oh yeah, smells hoppy. It smells hoppy. It does smell that grapefruit smell that we were getting in the beers that we did the other day, the game-changing beers. We're getting that. We are getting a bit of sweetness from the malt, almost like a butterscotchy, earthy butterscotchy smell. So that's the bottle version. Let's see what the canned version smells like. Stand by. Giving it a whiff so you can sniff. That's a bit... It's a bit more subtle. There's less of the sweetness, the butterscotchy sweetness. Now, I was watching another beer reviewer did, who's got a lot more experience than I have, and he says you can always tell if it's a Marston's beer because it has this sort of sweet butterscotchy smell. And I think I have to agree with him so far because I've had the Hobgoblin Gold, I've had this, and I think I was drinking another Marston's beer, the Old Empire, one day last week. I have not reviewed that yet, I will review it on the channel, but I give that a whiff and that's what I could sniff, that sort of butterscotchy smell. So maybe it is the type of malt that they use in Marston's beers, I'm not sure. That's not got as much going on in the smell as this does. It's still hoppy, like my taste buds are going already. But that's certainly a bit sweeter from the malt. So we're going to go with a bottled 5.3 version. So I'm going to give it a taste and see if it matches up with the smell. My taste buds are already raring to go. I'm almost in because it can smell it, so it knows what's coming. Right then, so here we go. Bottoms up and down the hatchet. Ooh, that's lovely. That is great. Like that. I've always liked this ever since it launched. Okay, so that's beautiful. What am I getting? There is saying about that butterscotch smell, there is some sweetness. This is a bittersweet beer, bittersweet, but it balances well. So what do I mean by that? So the hops are providing us with that hoppy bitterness, the grapefruit, citrusy sort of bitterness. So I'm not sure what hops are in this, but it wouldn't surprise me if it was some of the like American sea hops. Definitely American hops in it. Swill it around a bit, see if we can get the head to return. Yeah, it's coming back. Look at that. Look at that. Well, that is lovely. Look at it. The way it swirls around in the glass. Now, a lot of people probably will slag it off because it's made by Marston's, Wychwood Brewery was taken over by Marston's. But this is quite new. As I said, it launched, I think, 2017 it might have launched. So we're 2020 now, 3 years old. I think it launched in the can a bit later. Now, the canned version also matches, I didn't even mention it earlier, sorry. It's available on keg, on draft. 5%. I believe, I've read not long ago, they've actually done a cask version. It's even lower in strength at 4.5%, at 4.5%. Not tried that yet, not seen it anywhere. But this is the 5% version that I suppose goes alongside with the keg version, which I have had just the once in a pub in Birmingham, and it was delish. Lovely. Beer's always better on draft. Right, let's go with the canned version, which is keeping its head better, I have to say, rather than the bottled version. I don't know if it's that glass. Beers seem to lose their head in that purity glass. I don't know if it's the glass or what. Yeah, this is a lot less subtle than the smell. Bottoms up, down the hatchet. Oh, that's actually quite a bit more punchy. Oh, it really is. The bitterness on that lingers, so it rolls down the side of the tongue, makes me go there. Apologies for the sound. It goes down the side of my tongue, and then it sort of lingers at the back of my mouth, right towards the back of where the sides of my tongue is. I guess the side of your tongue is what picks up bitterness and sour sort of flavours. Now the canned version, the aftertaste is more, it's longer, it's still there. The bottled version is sweeter, it really is. It's sweeter, and you get the sweetness from the malt coming through a lot more than the canned version. Now whether that's what umps the ABV up, that 0.3%, I don't know. I'm not a brewer. I'm not working in the brewing industry. I honestly don't know. Yeah, it does. This does smell hoppier, but also sweeter. And that butterscotch smell comes through into the taste. So you get sweetness from the malt, but it balances it. You have an initial sweetness, and then you have the hoppy, bitter, citrusy taste. And then it sort of goes away with a little bit of sweetness left on the tongue from the bottled version. The canned, 5% canned version, still holding its head better, but it was really, look at that, whirl that around, look at that whirl around in the glass, and the lacing on it. That's a Marston's beer. For all these people that have a go at big breweries and say should only drink independent craft breweries, blah blah blah. This is a Marston's beer. Actually, now swirling it around, I'm now getting a butterscotchy smell of the. No, it was there for a second. It's gone again. And this is a person whose nose isn't very good. It's definitely tartar. Maybe it's got less of that malting that provides the sort of bitter sweetness. This is more bitter in the can. Again, I'm surprised. When I did I'm really surprised by that. When I did the Hobgoblin Gold review, we did that bottle versus can, and I was quite surprised at how different they were. And again, the bottle was sweeter. It was a little bit stronger and a little bit sweeter. Maybe add more malt to it, or maybe it is what I've heard, that everything that is bottled by Marston's, whether it be their own beers, whether it be a Wychwood beer, a Ringwood, a Jennings, they're all supposed to be produced up in Burton-on-Trent in Staffordshire, where they Burtonise the water, or not Burtonise the water, but they have a certain type of water there, and it's where they choose to do all the bottling of all their beers. I could be wrong. I mean, on the actual bottle, it does say. So it says there are IPAs and there are legendary IPAs. What does it say? It's from Marston's PLC, Wychwood Brewery, Witney, Oxfordshire. So it does say it's Marston's, but it also says Witney in Oxfordshire. I think the can says a similar thing, but the writing on the can is minute. Yeah, Witney, Oxfordshire. So if I was a betting man, I'd say that's made in Burton-on-Trent. That and the keg version either in Witney or at Banks's Brewery in Wolverhampton, if I was a betting man. But I don't gamble. I used to smoke, don't do that anymore. I just drink. That's my bad habit, I suppose. And I try to present things on YouTube. I suppose that could be classed as a bad habit as well, if you think I'm a load of poo at it. Okay, so in terms of a rating, I'm going to give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down. It's going to get a massive 2 thumbs up. This is legendary beer. And I haven't even mentioned the fact that it is award winning. Totally forgot that. It says that on the back of here. There's IPAs and legendary IPAs. Bear in mind, this came out 2017. This, in 2018, won a World Beer Award for the world's best IPA. Does that really mean anything? It was a World Beer Award. It wasn't a Camera or a Ciba in this country, which some people tend to find a bit more acceptable. You know, you get some awards that are just given out by industry people, and people slag it off and say it doesn't mean anything. But yeah, this is the world's best IPAs of 2018, Hobgoblin IPA. And I think it was just a bottle version at that point as well. I don't even think they've done it. Be interested to see what the cask version's like at 4.5%. I do want to try it. I hope they haven't ruined it by lowering it down too much. But again, I believe up to 4.5% you have a lower tax rate of what the breweries have to pay when they provide it. So maybe that's why a lot of beers have gone down in ABV to below 4.5, which is classed as sort of sessionable strength. Anyway, I'm waffling on. It's a double thumbs up. Hobgoblin IPA. This is available in all the supermarkets that do 4 for £6. So you can get it at your Asda, your Tesco and Morrison's in that deal. Sainsbury's doesn't have that, but it's £1.50 a bottle, so 4 of them is £6. I'd get 4 bottles of it. It's great. In the can, it's available as 4-pack at all the supermarkets. Well, yeah, I've seen it at Sainsbury's, Asda and Tesco. And Morrison's. I've seen it at all 4. Not available in the discounters though. It's only available at those 4. It's not available in B&M and Home Bargains and all that palaver. I don't know about co-ops and stuff like that. I don't really go in co-ops. Never been in a Waitrose. Well, once in my life. I'm going to go now. The canned version out of the 2 is actually better. Quite like the canned version. It's keeping its head bare, and it's more hoppy. It's more bitter. I'm quite surprised because it's lower ABV. But I really do like the bottle version as well. Like, share, subscribe. Let's get to 1,000 so I can do a proper live DJ set. I'll see you on the next one. Ciao for now, people.